Thank you. I'm so excited. I have named my file name Fatals in honor of Flame Fatals 2024, and I'm really excited to start. Claire, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's do it. All right. We're gonna count down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So I am Gortho. I'm here with clairlynnd. Say hi, Claire.
Oh, hi.
This is Ocarina of Time. I am an Ocarina of Time speedrunner. I speedrun this category, plus a few others. This category is called Defeat Ganon. It has one requirement, which is, surprise, surprise, you gotta defeat Ganon. In this category, really, you just cannot use these two powerful glitches called SRM and Ace. I won't really get too much into that because we don't use them, so it's not that important. So this category went a pretty long time with a route that was untouched. And just this past January, a new glitch was found that you will see during the run that completely changed the route and gave us the route that we have now. Before, we would go to Deku Tree and do a glitch called Gim and Ganon Door, and now we have something called Ganon Floor. You'll just have to wait to see what that means.
I'm so excited. I'm waiting with bated breath to see what Ganon Floor is.
Yeah, you have to hold your breath. Ganon Floor. We're gonna be flooring it up, Watching the intro here, something I don't do very often. You also notice that we play in Japanese. That's something that's done on mostly every single Ocarina of Time speedrun. The text is faster. That's mainly the reason. But yeah, so we're about to get control of Link here in a moment.
Oh, and an important thing to mention. Normally, when you're playing this game, it would be either on the Nintendo 64 or Wii Virtual Console. But we have a very special console for this route specifically, and we'll see if you can guess what it is just by looking at the HUD. There's your hint.
Yes. Your B button changes on this console. And the glitch I'm going to be using in this run actually only works on this console. All right, we're out of the house.
Gortho's not used to watching the intros ever since Ocarina of Time changed the rules where you don't have to watch the intro anymore. I am a seasoned veteran of the intro, so this is all very normal to me, but it's weird to see an Ocarina of Time intro in 2024.
Yeah, it seems unholy.
Yeah, so here Gortho's going to be getting 10 rupees. She needs to buy something from the shop, and you need money to buy things from the shop. Who could have guessed? I wonder what she's going to buy. Oh, look at that. It's a Deku stick.
We need a stick.
But usually you would think you need Sword and Shield, not a Deku stick. And it feels like you kind of just wasted $10 on that stick when you could have saved up for the shield.
This stick is going to come in handy. It's very valuable. It's a valuable stick.
Oh, almost got it. That was crazy.
What, the pop-up?
Yeah.
So what Claire's talking about, when you climb that ledge there, you can get a little pop-up where Link doesn't actually climb it. He just, pops up onto the ledge. But yeah, you can also do a Deku Stick jump slash there to get up there quicker, but I decided not to do that just in case I broke my stick. That would be sad.
So usually when you're playing this game, you'd want to go to the Deku Tree. That's the first dungeon of the game. And actually, for the longest time, the fastest way to beat the game was actually to go to the Deku Tree and then do a glitch that we're not even worried about because we're not going to do in this run. But right now, Gortho's trying to clip into this, I don't even know what it's called, a monument.
Little monument.
She clips in there so that way she can escape the forest through the Lost Woods to get to Zora's River. Now that she's in Zora's River, she needs to go to a particular place. I won't spoil it just yet. Maybe we're all not accustomed to the way Ocarina of Time speedruns work, but just know that we will never be going back to the Deku Tree. So
never.
I know he was calling for us, but such is life. We don't always get what we want.
We have time for a donation right now while I am going down the river here.
Perfect. I have a $10 donation from KRL that says less than 3. Also, wanted to let chat know this is an incredibly fast run. So if you would like to see that random location warp showcase, we have raised $350 of the $500 needed, 70% of the way there. Chat, you've got to get those in super duper fast because I want to see it, you want to see it. But don't take your eyes away from this amazing run. Gortho, back to you.
Thank you.
So what Gortho is doing here is called a water extended super slide. You're going to hear ESS or HES or WES or some version of S multiple times throughout this run. Basically, all you need to know is when you're holding the stick just outside of the dead zone, the game won't actually set Link's speed value, so you can inherit a speed value from another action that Link has. In this case, it was coming out of the water. So she used that to get to the Kakariko village, not because it's necessarily faster, but because she didn't want to talk to the owl that is there that's going to tell her to go to the castle. We're not going to the castle, and we don't even care that he wants us to go to the castle. So right now, she is waiting for a very particular time. She just did it there. That's called a Navi dive. If you're interacting with actors in this game while falling, all actors are disabled. So since water is an actor, you can just fall through the water and get into the bottom of the well early. And we're already up on another glitch. So this is called Corpse Push. She wants the bomb shoes that are in here. Bomb shoes, and really all explosives, are kind of like glitch fuel in this run, and any Ocarina of Time speedrun. So she wants the fastest explosive she can get that just happens to be bomb shoes. So what she's going to do is she's going to wait for a particular part of the Skulltula's animation cycle, and she's going to swing her Deku stick to make it start swinging back and forth. And now that she's done that, she's going to swing it again on a very particular frame to kill it, and that will make it go into a very particular spot. I'm saying particular a lot. This trick is very precise, hence why she's pausing a lot to make sure she's getting the right frame. But now that Skulltula is in that spot, she's going to backflip into it, and that Skulltula is going to push her out of bounds. So we'll wait and see what happens next after that.
Has anyone found out what console this is on yet?
Someone did.
Okay, so one thing about playing on this console, the GameCube, is that when you pause, it is so much slower than it would be on Wii Virtual Console. Oh, that was so close. So you really have to get used to the slow pauses. That's why it took me a few times to get the pause buffering there, but we made it and we got bomb shoes.
Yeah, and you may have noticed that Gortho was floating out of bounds. In this game, the water, you see the water that's in bottom of the well is shallow and you kind of splash around in it when you're walking around. Water in this game actually extends infinitely downwards. So she used the water that's in bottom of the well to float up into where she could clip into that little place where the bomb shoes are. And since walls in this game are usually only solid on one side, she can just go right into the door. But we already got the bomb shoes, so I'm wondering what else she's getting here. Oh, I think I know what's here. The shield. The other important part of tricks. But, hey, wait, Gortho.
No!
You could have used that shield you just got to keep from dying.
I wasn't thinking.
What are you doing?
I really wasn't thinking there. I'm sure
You forgot that you just got the shield. You literally just got it.
I'm sure those fire keys and a wooden shield would have went over very well.
Surely. Anyways, now that she got bomb shoes and the shield, she's going to leave now. She's got everything she needs from bottom of the well, and she's going to be making her way to a dungeon. Which dungeon? I wonder. I really wonder.
So I'm about to do a glitch here called lunge storage. It's exactly how it sounds. You literally store a lunge. And it allows Link to go a little further when you jump slash than he normally would. And we're going to use that to accomplish something right now that I'm going to do a setup for. You shall see.
I'm sure that maybe some viewers could probably figure out what we're about to do here, so considering where we are, but yeah, she's using the lunge storage to do an extra far jump slash into the gate, which lets her clip through. And now we're on Death Mountain Trail, so I feel like it's pretty obvious where we're going. The only child dungeon on Death Mountain Trail. Right here, she started doing a trick called a Hess. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I dropped
it. Actually doesn't matter. She needs to wait for nighttime anyways.
Yeah. Just like you saw me do that Wes earlier, the Hess pretty much works the same way. But you have to stay in that ESS position for it to stay working. So that can be kind of hard sometimes to hold your stick in that position for, that long.
Quick update. We met the random location warp showcase. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go, more Fatales.
That's going to be so fun.
Nice. Okay. So now I'm going to be talking
Take it away, Claire.
Ever since you entered DC, you need to be doing very specific movement because she is going to want to be in an almost like position perfect spot to do a trick called a mega flip, which is kind of like a Hess in that it makes Link go very fast, but he will be flipping through the air. So right now she's just doing that position setup, and she's getting a trick called infinite sword glitch. She's not going to use it to actually hit anything, even though the sword is swinging infinitely. We actually want it for its other property, which is that when she shields damage in the air, or when she is about to fall off a ledge, she actually will not fall off of ledges because she is swinging her sword, and that keeps Link from falling off. Right there, she did a mega flip to clip out of bounds using what's called a ground clip. Basically, if you're going at a high speed at a corner in the ground, you can clip out of bounds. Don't worry about it. And now she's doing a trick called hovering, which you can use ISG to get. This lets you stick in the air with explosives or any shielded damage. And now she's doing more of a angle and position setup. And she's going to do another mega flip here to go past the loading zone in Dodongo's cavern into that next room. And she's going to be duping this first area of Dodongo's cavern. So you see the textures are all glitchy. Now she's going to be duping that area a couple times. That makes everything in that area load several times, including special polygons in the game called dynamic polygons. And right there, she just killed an enemy. I literally can't even cover it all. She killed an enemy, and that's going to set where she's going to warp to. So basically, that entire setup was to create a very special triangle in the game. A triangle. I'm not going to elaborate further on that. But she made a special triangle, and we're going to use it in just a second. Right now, she's pausing because she needs the hex values of specific pixels on the screen to be a very specific thing. It looks like she just got that, and now she's just doing one more setup, and she's going to jump through the floor and hit that triangle.
No. Oh. That's okay.
Oh, and
I think I moved a little bit, but it's okay. That's why we have the safety save. It's so precise. If you move a little bit out of positioning, it just won't work. I felt when I turned around, I felt me move a little bit. So I had a feeling it wouldn't work, but it's okay. Now we can see it again.
We can see that whole thing again, and I will spare my own voice here. If you have any donations to read,
Yes.
now would be a good time.
Do I have donations? I have so many donations. Thank you all so much. We've got $75 from Fumofu that says, I had no idea the GameCube run was so different. This is so cool to see. If one person can match this donation, then we get the showcase. Let's do it. Which we did indeed get that showcase. Thank you so much. We also have $10 from Robot Red that says, warping is crazy in this game. Let's see more of the shenanigans. We've also got $50 from Desi. No comment, but thank you so much for that donation. Also, I do want to bring this up really quickly. We have another new incentive, and this actually goes to a run that is happening first thing tomorrow after we open everything up, and that is the upgrade to 100% of Crossroad OS. And if met, Allison 8-Bit will showcase the 100% category of Crossroad OS, featuring even more puzzle solving, which I've gotten to see this run. Ali sent it to me. It is very cool to get to see. And so you really want to get those donations in. We've already started raising money for that. Chat, you continue to humble me, blow me away. It is fantastic. Do you have time for another?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I have so many donations. You all really brought the love today. We've got $10 from Anonymous, less than 3. We have 22 from Lapis, no comment, but thank you so incredibly much. $25 from Needlekind, let's go! We've got $50 from Teffy42 that it's a really cute little winky face drawn in adorable ASCII art, and I wish I could articulate it better, but just know that it is a very cute winky face, and it is winking at all of your lovely faces right now, giving you the best of luck for this run.
All right, so we're back. We're back to the very end of the trick. So like I said before, here she needs to pause the game with a very specific camera angle in a very specific position to get certain pixels on the screen to be a specific value, like the actual color value. I don't really completely understand how that part works, but we'll just roll with it. Just know that they need to be one thing and not the other thing.
I'm pausing a lot to be very safe about this.
Yes.
One more.
For the fans. One more for the fans.
One more for the fans.
We love the fans.
You got one more. Okay, so if everything worked when she jumps through here.
My pixels, man. Okay.
The pixels are finicky.
I should have did 2 more for the fans.
2 more for the fans.
All right.
One thing that you might have saw me do is kill the enemy. I was focusing, so I don't know if Claire mentioned this, but the enemy volume in this game is what controls where you go. And we can talk about that a little more during the Warp Showcase. But that's a pretty cool part of the GameCube version.
Yeah, and for those who are curious, what is the important thing that we're duping? You see that gigantic Dodongo head at the very end? Those are the quote-unquote so-called dynamic polygons that need to be duped to overwrite the collision in the level and make a specific collision polygon. The way loading zones in this game work, they are just collision polygons, but they're like special collision polygons that make you go to different places when you touch them. Yeah, if you have a couple more donations, I think we got some time.
I certainly do have those. We've got $25 from Anonymous, no comment, $25 more from Anonymous, no comment, and $15 from Anonymous, no comment. These are just, I mean, when I say the donations poured in for this run and for you, I cannot emphasize how much that we have been getting in. So thank you all so much for showing us all of the incredible love that you have for these runners, for the commentators, for this event. Thank you. Of course, $10, Anonymous, less than $3. Back to you.
Thank you. We're going to try this one more time, and this time is going to be the time, man.
Yeah, this time is going to be the time. It's really, I don't think it can be overstated how precise this trick is and how everything has to be just so to line up for it to work. People spend tons of time practicing this trick. And I think the first time that anybody ever got this trick, it took I don't want to say 18 because that's probably not right, but probably at least 8-hour stream of just trying to do this before somebody got it. So it's it can't be understated, I think. Or it can't be overstated. Whichever one, you know what I mean.
Okay. See, even if you move the tiniest amount, it matters. And you just have to reset your area because your positioning, like we've been saying, is so precise. You can't move at all. You have to stay at this angle that you have when you first enter the dungeon.
All right, we got it this time. I believe. And you may notice that she's waiting there. The reason that she waits there is because since we need to mega flip off of the BMOS, we have to wait for the BMOS to actually stop looking in Link's direction before we can do the side hop, or else it'll ruin the entire very specific position setup that we've been working towards. Whoa.
I have never seen that. That was so strange. Another thing, too, is this route is chew perfect, which means every single bomb chew that you have is used. You don't have any extras. So that's why if you, mess up one of your hovers or mess up blowing up that wall that I blow up when we first go in, it matters. And you just have to reset and use a safety save to get that chew back.
The safety save at the beginning of Dodongo's Cavern is very important because if you mess up anything in a real speed run, that would be just runs over. But we do not have that luxury. This is the time. This is the try. I'm calling it. I'm calling the shot.
I play on N64 controller, which is kind of rare for people who play Ocarina of Time. Most people play on GameCube. N64, I had someone say before that the N64 notches are like hard-boiled eggs. And
what on earth does that mean? Maybe you can explain that to me a little bit because I'm lost.
They're not I don't know how to explain it. You just got to play on an N64 controller.
You wouldn't get it.
It feels like a hard-boiled egg. Man. It's okay. We'll get this.
It will happen. It will happen soon. The nice thing about this trick is it really doesn't take that long to reset up. And as long as she doesn't waste a bomb chew, we can keep trying it as many times as we need. No worries. No worries at all.
If you have any more donations, you can go ahead with them.
Definitely. I've got $25 from Anonymous with no comment, but thank you so much for your donation. We've got $12 from Anonymous and $6 from Anonymous, and also $15.34 from Anonymous. Thank you for those different donation amounts. They're always fun to get to see what people put in, so thank you so much for that. We've also got $20 from Ayayari. Thank you, no comment, but thank you so much for that. Also wanted to remind everybody that we do have a new incentive that was opened right after we met that random location warp showcase, which is the upgrade to 100% for Crossroad OS, which is our first run tomorrow morning. If met, Allison 8-Bit will showcase the 100% category of Crossroad OS, featuring even more puzzle solving. Again, I said it before, I got to see this from Allie. It's really, really interesting. Crossroad OS is a very fascinating game. You're going to want to see that. Lots of puzzles. Go ahead, get those donations in, and it just jumped up another amount. Oh my goodness. You've already raised $22 of the $500 needed for that. Thank you so much. Time for a couple more? Wonderful. We have a couple that were left over from that $1 million. $25 from Squirrel611 that says almost 1 million. That's amazing. And yes, we did get to meet that fabulous milestone today. So thank you for that. We've got $10 from Ruppinator. Thank you so much for your donation. No comment with that one, but thank you very, very much. We also have $25 from Miss Missa that says, always excited to contribute during a Frame Fatales event. Thanks everyone for putting on a fantastic week for an amazing cause. Woohoo!
Like, I literally cannot even explain to you guys. I mean, you saw it, right? Like, this trick is hard, for sure. But now, with that very special triangle, we warped all the way to the end of the game, and now we're going to fight Ganon as Child, which maybe to most people is not even really that crazy anymore. But it's definitely wild to think about. Another thing to keep in mind here during this fight, usually during the first phase of Ganon, all your items do 1 damage since he knocks away the Master Sword. But since he knocks away the Master Sword, the game does not really expect you to be able to have it. So Master Sword will do full damage, but we don't have the Master Sword. Why am I talking about the Master Sword? Well, it just so happens that the Deku Stick actually has the same damage values as the Master Sword. So she will be using the Deku Stick to do full damage to Ganon on this first part of the fight.
I made a joke not too long ago in a friend's chat that during this run, timing will end on Link's final slash or Ganon's final slash. Because if Ganon slashes me, that will kill me. And I will say that is the ending. I can't handle that.
We see Gortho using Infinite Sword Glitch for its, well, maybe not intended property, but it's not really an intended part of the game, but she's actually using the Infinite Sword Glitch to hit Ganon extremely quickly. That also has the benefit of not breaking the Deku Stick. Otherwise, the Deku Stick would just break the very first time that you hit Ganondorf. Also, now she has the Master Sword. She never got the Master Sword normally, but when Ganon knocks it away, you get the Master Sword equipped automatically when you pick it up, and that's very convenient because to do the final hit on Ganon, you actually need to hit him with the Master Sword. And
oh my
time
goodness.
is coming up soon. Time is coming up very soon.
We made it, y'all.
We did it.
It's pretty bittersweet to have such trouble with it like that. Like I did. Okay, timing will end on this final slash. That's time.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet to, struggle with it a little bit, especially during a marathon, but I think it does show how precise it is and how difficult it can be to execute. The pauses for the pixels, like if you pause once, it's a 50-50 chance that you get them. So a little RNG there. But yeah, GG's. Thank you, Claire, for being here with me.
Of course. It was a pleasure.
That was fun. The random warped showcase will be really cool. It can kind of show what you can do with that glitch Ganon floor. Yeah.